Hey, Sam from Sound on Sound magazine here. We're at the NAMM show in Anaheim, California. I'm with Al from Acme Audio. How are you?
How you doing, Sam?
So last time we saw you, just 2 minutes ago, you were Al from H2.
I wear a couple hats.
Yeah,
you know?
you put your Acme Audio hat on. And
I'm very busy.
What have you concealed under your Acme Audio hat?
The Motown EQ.
The legendary.
Motown
EQ.
This is like a real Motown right here. It's our recreation of it. So, you know, I'm from Detroit, obviously, and Motown is like ingrained in everybody that's involved in music in that town, and they were a legendary. Everybody knows the story of Motown, but from an engineering point of view, like a technical engineer point of view, it's even more fascinating. I ended up becoming really good friends with Mike McLean, who was the chief technical engineer, designed all of Motown, all the equipment, all the acoustics. He was the guy that Berry Gordy hired when he was a 25-year-old kid. And he built all this stuff. So everything like the Motown Tube Pre is his design. But I think the greatest thing was this, you know, his version of this 7-band graphic that he built for the studio. And he only made 48 of them. So over the years, I've become really good friends with him. And when he was still living, he passed away about 18 months ago. We spent about 5 weeks at my studio with this original one, dissecting it, drawing up blueprints for it so we could actually build this one. And he was very instrumental in getting this unit to production. That was about 5 years ago, I would say. It took quite a bit of time when we'd worked on it and then we started to getting it done. He was very old too, so it was hard for him to travel and stuff up to Detroit. But we went through the process of, you know, documenting how this thing is built, because there really was no records of it. He didn't have any of the files. Any original technical documents were all destroyed. Motown never saved any of that stuff. So we did that, and then it just became a process of sourcing the parts, using the exact same components to the T on our version. So same inductors, actually the same manufacturer of capacitors that are in the original one are in this one. Same transformers. We use the AMI A24, this is UTC A24. AMI makes a brilliant recreation of that. Then we have a custom output transformer that was, the original was a freed output transformer. It was a 1-to-1 600 ohm transformer that was used in a lot of Scully tape decks. So that was the transformer of choice in here. And then the other thing we added on was, this is, the output section of this is an Op Amp Labs 425 octal socket type circuit. You can't really get the vintage ones anymore, but we still added the ability to use a 425 and put the socket in here, but we're going to ship it with a Hardy 990C because it's a great sounding op amp. It's readily available, but anybody that buys this, if they want to really take it right back to this, they could pull that 990 out, buy a 425 off eBay or something, pop it in there, then they can be right on the money. So
wow, you know, that's amazing. So
yeah,
real labor of love.
It is. Yeah, this is like, in my opinion, it's like my swan song for the company. It's, you know, in the line of Motown things that we've recreated, this was like the biggest challenge and the most endearing one to my heart, you know, because Mike was such a important, you know, mentor to me in designing gear, and his involvement in the music industry with Motown is just legendary. And he just didn't really even consider it as he didn't have any ego about it. He thought it was just what you did. You did your job, and it was really, you know, he's like, you're too romantic about this electronics. You know, I'm like, but it's, you know, look at the music that was created on all the stuff that you made for these guys. You know, it's breathtaking. You know, so for me, it was really important to finish this unit, especially after he passed away. It became like the only thing I could focus on. You know, so we did this right. You know, you can compare the sound of these two. You can't tell the difference. You know, and it's built a little more modern. This is point-to-point wiring. You couldn't even build it, you know. But it's all the same circuit design. You know, we just built it onto a PCB board and made it a little more easy to manufacture.
Wow, well, it looks like you did Mike proud. I mean, what a legacy. And
I hope so. I hope he's proud, you know.
And is this available now?
This is in production as we speak. I'm planning on shipping them, you know, this summer. Back to the supply chain issue. There's a few parts in there that have, you know, 18, 20-week lead times. Capacitors for this are really not quick to get because the caps in here are all custom values. They all have to be special made. So
well, it's got to be worth the wait, eh?
It's worth it, you know. And We're selling this for $4,500 is what we're shooting for our street price. You know, an original Motown, if you can find one, it's 30 grand, you know, so these things, and you can't find one, you know, there's 48 of them on the planet, so.
Well, right now there's going to be a whole lot more, we hope.
There'll be another batch of them, yeah.
Awesome.
So.
Thanks, Al.
Well, thank you for your time. I
Have a great
appreciate
show.
it. Yeah, you too.